kind of confusing.
Yeah, a little bit. Hey! Hi, everyone! We're live finally.
Thursday.
Oh, happy Thursday.
Oh my God, finally.
This week has been so long. Long days, lots going on. We've got some exciting things to talk to you about. If you hear some dinging in the background, and the fact that we're like 30 minutes late to this live, it's because my computer had some technical difficulties. So, we're only live streaming from 2 accounts today.
Thank God.
Instead of 4.
I find this way less confusing.
Do you want to tag Elizabeth? Yes, I guess I do. Hi, everybody up there.
Hey.
So we are talking about some exciting things. So exciting things happened this week. Let's give you an update on some things that are going on. We have our container, which you've seen pictures of, and if you haven't, go to Facebook or go to Westside Living.
Let's be candid. Let's be real. Why are we not in a container today?
Because it's cold out.
Yeah, and we're wimps.
It's too cold. We did go out there and we tried to set up.
Like 5 minutes.
Actually, I didn't even go out there. Elizabeth went out there while I was working.
Yeah, who went
and
out
she
there?
was like, "I'm not opposed to doing this inside." And I was like, "Is it too cold?" And she's like, "Yeah,
It's way too cold.
definitely too cold."
To any Canadian, they'd just be laughing their heads off at us right now. But it's, I don't know, maybe 55?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's just cold out, guys.
Your camera's, look, it's working.
Oh, thank goodness.
Some guy in India just made it work.
Yeah.
While you were
this
doing other
person's
stuff.
working on my my camera. We're gonna let him work because we're already committed over here. Hi everybody watching. Thanks for watching.
Hey.
So this will be our 4th live Thursday with you all, and we're talking about containers today. So we've come a long way on our container. It went from a crazy in delivery.
Oh my God, we had like inches to spare on getting it in.
Yeah. With a forklift
Yeah, my heart was racing
um,
most of that time.
you know, I feel like those, what do you call the controller people that move planes?
oh,
I feel
air
like
traffic
we needed
control.
some of those air traffic
100%.
controlling
We had flags.
people. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nuts. I mean, it was trying to fit this really large, 20 by 9 by 9 foot container
Yeah.
into a very small space. Ignore the, you keep talking, I gotta deal with this guy for a hot second.
So,
Oh, he can see us. Cute dog, by the way.
oh my God.
Thanks.
So creepy.
I know.
Someone is it in India? Are you
I
in
don't
India?
know. We don't know where he is.
Philippines? Let's take
He
him.
probably can't hear us. He can probably only see Tilly.
I hope. But you never know. This camera of yours could be connected to him forever. He could be just turning it on whenever he wants.
I read the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Thanks for fixing my camera. So, okay, so our technical difficulty is solved, although we're just staying right here. We're not going to add another camera for right now. But thank you, Burr. His name is Burr. For fixing our camera. Thank you. He
so
said you're most
welcome.
welcome. Awesome. Okay, now get off my screen. So back to our container. So we had it forklifted in. It was delivered. It was forklifted in over top of an existing wall. That's why it was so tricky, because it wasn't like you could just drive it in place. We had to lift it up, over, turn it around, set it down, and then inch it in.
And just when you think that pain is over and you should be done, then you've got the pain of leveling it. And that was
then they had to level
whole
it,
nother
shimming things underneath, and it was a huge undertaking. Like we never thought that it would be that dramatic. So it arrived.
It's good that we didn't know. I never would have done it.
Very good. Next one that we do, and we plan to do more, we will take that into account.
I don't plan to jam the next one in a 10-foot space with an 8-foot width. But anyway, bygones.
Now we know. So that said, it sat for quite a while because it rained here.
Yeah.
And we couldn't really do anything. The next process was to cut into it. So we have it, we've got a design for it, we have a layout for it, but it needed to be cut open. So we've got bifold doors going in one end, a trifold going in the side, a window that went into the cargo door. So 3 major cuts plus some smaller cuts for HVAC.
And when you're
plumbing.
cutting metal and you're cutting into the membrane of a container, you pretty much have to like measure 20 times, cut once. You get one shot at this. So even though it sounds really easy to build a container, because you think, well, look, it's the size of an average, maybe a large bedroom. bedroom, bathroom, right?
Yeah.
How hard can it be? That was
definitely our thought
months ago. How hard can it be?
This is gonna be easy.
I mean, you're really talking a game of millimeters, and everything that we did had a domino effect through. So even if I just said, "Oh, look, I think I'd like to put a cabinet in here, or storage space here, or a toilet here," the repercussions of that statement were just huge and changed all our drafting, all our drawings, all our renderings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm prone to changing my mind. I'm a woman. I'm allowed to. But anyone who knows me knows that I do it a lot. But
and we're
always
still
for the
doing
better.
it,
Like
honestly.
I'm improving it with each decision. But yeah, it's been an incredible journey just to get the floor plan.
Yeah, our draftsman would...
Once we build, it's going to go very quickly. Yeah,
our draftsman would say
Fire
otherwise,
us.
right? Like, you change your mind too much. I've done this 20 times over.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he gets paid,
so
that's my sympathy. But.
yeah, exactly. So our progress is now we have cuts. We had a welder come and
woke up the neighborhood.
And took longer. Like we thought, and he thought he would only be here for a couple hours. No big deal. He came and he looked at the project, assessed it, said, "Oh, it should take me 2 hours." This is
where you get a price by the job.
Yeah,
Good
exactly. two guys, 2 hours is what he thought it would take. They were here
a day. They went down at
6-8 hours
sundown, and then they had to come back.
And then they had to come back again because they weren't done. So a good 4 hours again at least.
Grinding.
The next day, and they're still not technically done. There was more cuts to be done after all of that.
Yeah.
And all of it is screeching, sparks.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, we opted not to go with a plasma cutter. So a plasma cutter would have been shooting sparks for 20 feet, and what we would have had to do to fire insulate the area would have been nuts. So we couldn't lay that kind of protection down. So we went with a grinder. A grinder means, he's sitting there with a blade going inch by inch by inch. But our openings are, 8 feet by 12 feet because we've got a triple slider on one end, a double slider on the other. So it was an incredible amount of work for them. Way more than they build planes.
Hi, Susan.
Oh, hey. They build planes for Boeing, the guys who are doing
So we
the
knew
cuts.
they were like legit, good quality cutters, welders.
If anyone says it's going to take 2 or 3 hours, I'm going to believe them. It was those
if that's
two.
what they do for a living, they give you a time frame, you think that's what it's going to be. So they were surprised, and we were definitely surprised that they were still here till sundown. But that said, we've got cuts. They look great. That opened up our container a lot.
Yeah.
So the pictures you've seen in our container so far, or prior to these openings, it's echoey and it's just boxed in and it feels super small. And now it feels
changed
big.
everything.
Yeah, and it has light in there and it's not quite as echoey. And then we had the frames put in. These are also metal pieces that are put in and welded to the container, and that frame will now house the windows, the bifold and the trifold, and the
that happens
transom
Saturday.
window. So that'll be
Weather
Saturday.
permitting.
Yeah, it's not supposed to rain. Today it rained a little bit. It's not supposed to rain for the next 3-4 days.
Right.
So we need another coat of paint on our new frames, and then we'll install the windows. And then framing will start going in for our bathroom and our kitchen.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Back in the ranch.
So I'm new to this whole process of designing and building and things like that. And you don't know how much detail goes into, I'm going to build this little, 20 by 9 foot space. I'm going to put in a bathroom and a kitchen and a desk and no big deal. But you have to pick out all of your tiles, all of your fixtures, your toilets, your sinks, like all these things. It's not like designing a room or, like staging. Okay, I've done a little bit of, like, I can take 4 pillows from the warehouse and return 2. Or I can move a couch here, sit for a second and say, oh, okay, this is not really the look I'm going for. Let me move the couch over here and move this picture. You can't do any of that.
Yeah.
You've got to buy everything in advance. You've got to measure everything out.
Well, I think the biggest
and then
thing
hope
is
it
that
works.
you're trying to tweak a small space. So to give you an example, our bathroom, we're working in a space that's 3 foot deep by 6 feet? No, 4 feet.
4. It's a
Sorry,
4 by
it was
3.
started at 6. See?
Yeah, we
Moved
had a
it down
shower
to
at
4.
some point.
So that's incredibly tiny when you think about putting a toilet in that kind of space, and then you have to think of different sizes of humans that might sit on that toilet, where their
Yeah.
knee's going to end up.
And you even have to simulate it. You've got to sit there and say, okay, the
Yes,
toilet
you
comes
do.
out 22 inches on the floor.
That video could have gone
That's
viral.
like right here. How much knee space do I have before I hit a wall?
Yeah.
Can I turn? Can I get up? Like, it's all these things that you don't think about. Or where our kitchen landed. The bathroom and kitchen go kind of side by side, which we'll show you as we get closer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we jutted our kitchen countertop in just a few inches. I think it's like a 4-inch difference.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff matters, because if someone wants to walk to the bathroom and you're sitting there working on the kitchen ledge, you in a 2-foot space, you're barely having room to pass each other.
We can only have small visitors.
Yeah,
sorry. We're going
sorry.
to take measurements at the door.
And that's why we're in wellness as well. You know, that's why wellness is so important, because when you work in small spaces, you need to be aware of your surroundings and how much space you're taking up in the small space.
So true. I never thought about how much a small space would impact your surrounding.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really true.
crazy.
Yeah. So
That's where we are.
Looking at 4 very tight walls
On our
in our
container,
near future.
Yeah, exactly. But because of all the windows, it's not going to feel that way. And we are making a beautiful garden oasis and
plant
outdoor. Yeah, we got into plant walls. We've got these cool. We'll show you some of our materials today. So this we found is.
Contact us if you need to figure out how to order this stuff. This is to make a plant wall, and you put your sand and dirt in here, and your little succulent, can pop out of here, and it's got plenty of root growth, and that'll actually take up to 2 pounds of weight.
Mm-hmm. And that will hang on. So we kept our corrugation. We cut our
we had to
container
save
open.
everything.
We're trying to recycle as much as possible and reuse. So this, we will be using our corrugation to pop a color out in the back wall of our garden space, and then we'll hang that on there, and the plants will pop out. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that. And we've got so much. We had originally planned, back to details, our garden wall to be much larger and take up an entire 2 walls.
Okay, I had big vision. This just started big.
It always starts big, right? And then you think of like budget and like other
the
things that
workload,
come in, and you're like,
the
okay,
framing.
let's just do this instead.
It's amazing where you can settle out at and be happy with.
Yeah. So now our huge 18-foot garden wall basically has come down to like 6 feet, maybe 6 by 6. We haven't really figured it out yet.
That.
We're still working on it, but it's about that.
A lot of them are going to be returned.
And we've broken it up. So now we have garden wall sections instead of a massive forest in one side, So I think it's gonna be better. We're gonna bring some to the front. It's gonna be great. So we're gonna show you that. We also want to show you some of our samples that we picked out for the kitchen. Where'd mine go? Did you just drink mine?
No, I took yours away so you wouldn't spill it when you were pulling the plant. That's yours.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right, ready? Inspiration tile piece.
Let us know what you think of these.
This is gonna be a whole wall.
Kitchen. Right? Is this our kitchen?
No, I'm gonna put it in the bathroom.
Oh, sorry.
Kitchen,
Bathroom.
that's why
it's moved around a lot.
It's moved, but I'm
So
gonna
this
have
is our
more
bathroom
exposure on a bathroom wall.
What's on our bathroom floor?
Probably something similar to this.
Yeah. So
It's
imagine
a
that
very small floor
on our floor.
But the smaller aspect, the smaller ratio will actually make it look bigger. It's the reverse in design.
See? You're learning tricks.
It's like accounting, debits or credits. And then in the kitchen, on the backsplash, I think I'm going to do this and then insert some little white pieces randomly throughout the wall.
Yeah, so it's almost the opposite of what we're doing in the bathroom.
And that'll probably be the counter for the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And our cabinets are going to be white, possibly black on the lower.
We're still playing around with that idea.
I love this.
Our floor is black, by the way. So the container came with an original bamboo black flooring. So we protected that, and we're going to keep that.
I can't use this. We haven't got a place for this. But have an idea. I'm going to take this inspiration for the shape and build wooden cubes that match the wood on our ceiling.
We have a wood ceiling.
And so we have a 12-foot run of corrugated metal because we chose to insulate the ceiling, and we're leaving the wall because we absolutely love the corrugated look. And then I'm going to put wood hexagonal shelves and build it like a beehive.
Yeah. Yeah, and that wood, I'm really excited about the wood,
Gonna
actually.
put plants on it. It's all up here.
Yeah, we'll have pictures of the progress, we'll have video of the progress. I'm excited about the wood, which is going into the ceiling, as Elizabeth mentioned, and then also on the wall, because it just warms up the space so much. A container can feel really cold. I think the colors that we've chose, the layout that we've chosen, the light we're bringing in, and then the wood contrast will warm it up a lot. So it'll be really pretty.
Yeah.
I will be in there a lot, so it's important.
It's true.
But I like the way it feels.
You actually spend, as much time, maybe more, at your office than your home. So it really should be like a home where it's cozy and it's a place you want to stay and be all day. So that's why I selfishly just put all the colors I really like and the textures and materials that I like. Is, well, one, I'm paying for it, but two, we gotta live with it all day.
Yeah, exactly. And I just like how the inside and outside are going to mesh together. One overflows into the other.
Yeah.
So the whole back area is going to be a working space. You won't be stuck in the container.
That's right. So it's an indoor, outdoor. You can just walk out to another seating area where we can work outside. It's California. Yay.
I will post some pictures. I did post some already on my page, but I'll post them in this in the comments of our video as well, so that if you're following the video, you can see our progress thus far and keep up with us, because we will be popping this back up next week. Maybe it'll come around because we'll have windows in, so it won't be as cold. Maybe we can actually be in there. And just, we've mentioned this before, but this is it's our prototype for what we want to
we're going to scale this
roll
model
out, and put on our build sites, and we're putting a lot of love into it because we're a design firm. So we don't want it to look like any other small shipping container you see on a job site. We want it
and
to
already
be a place that people are impressed with.
We've got developers coming to us saying, look, I'm renting trailers, containers for my job sites, and they're paying anywhere from, depending on the size, from $500 to $900 a month for these things. And they're terrible. Like, they're wood paneled, dirty carpet floors or old lino. And they've been kicking around for, a dozen years before that developer got it.
Yeah.
And that's where they have to spend anywhere from 6 months to a year of their life.
They get one door, one window, an AC unit, a fridge.
They're horrific. Well, they're designed by men for men.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Oh, I didn't mean to slash all men.
There's a lot of great male designers out there, so that's
it looks like a bachelor pad in a container.
Yeah, but it also looks like a job site. It looks like the job site instead of like a finished product.
Right.
And
when the intention is it's an office, it's where you meet clients, and not a lot of thought is put into that. So, there are developers who are willing to adopt our design and enjoy a nice contractor space for a year. Yeah, I'm so excited. Anyway, we got to try it out on ourselves, make sure that we guinea pig our mistakes right here, and then we'll fix them and make it right for the next go. I already know 5 things I'm not going to do.
What are they?
Oh no, make me list them. First of all, I'm going to absolutely check the space that it's going into 10 times over.
We need bigger spaces for.
I'll probably make it more transport friendly. There's highway ready wheels. I just didn't honestly use budget on this one. But if I would dumb something else down and I would put highway friendly wheels on. Probably make it axle based, so it can go straight to the road.
That's 3.
Yeah, and I wouldn't put if it was going to a contractor, I wouldn't put the windows as big as.
Sure, they don't need
your container flexes. So here's what's really interesting about a container. Your first thought when you look at a container in a shipping yard is, oh, they're so strong because they stack on top of each other, and you think there's a ton of weight in there. But the reality is they're actually they're pretty weak. The strength is in the 4 posts.
Yeah, as I say, the corners are strong.
Yes, corners are strong. So that load is coming down on 4 strong corners when it's stacking on a ship or in a shipping yard. But when you take away that type of structural integrity and you just walk across the roof is actually flexing and bouncing. So you can't do all the things with it that you think you can do. You really got to understand the structure of the skeleton of the container. You can't even cut in for plumbing like you would in a house, where you go, oh, I want my toilet here, so I'm just going to put it in here. cutting through the ribbing of a container. So
Right.
you have
Or
to
you're
think about
moving your toilet over to not cut into the rib of the
Yeah,
container,
yeah.
but then you got space restrictions, so that might not be an
even
option.
your windows, like where you can place them and how much framing you need to leave behind you.
Yep.
So anyway, that's definitely an element I would change.
For sure. And this one is like most likely staying where it is, but if we put them on job sites, we have to plan to move them off the job site when the job is done.
Yeah.
So it changes what we call it, the tensile strength. If you put all these windows in and you try to move it, the windows could crack
it
and
could flex
shutter.
and
So
things could get really ugly.
yeah,
really fast.
So we have to plan for the ones that we're putting on sites for them to be movable
and more secure. So this is very pretty. It's our office. There's lots of glass, but yeah, I would rethink that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's not the most
that's
practical container right now.
Close enough.
But yes, that's 5. That's
Okay,
definitely
thanks.
5. Good job.
A few more as I was thinking about it, but we'll let that go another day.
Time. So that's what we have right now on the update of our container. And like I said, I'll post the progress pictures so that you can see them and get excited with us. You've seen some of our materials, so you'll see them go into place pretty soon. Our next steps on it are framing, like we said, getting the windows in, getting the framing in, the ceiling. I'm really excited about that going in. Once we close off all the windows, we could work in there. Technically.
She plans to be in there next week. I know you do.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be dusty still, and I don't really like dirt and dust.
Yeah, that's true. Sure. Oh my god.
Maybe after the framing is done, I'll be more excited about sitting in there. But anyway, so
Having a puppy meltdown over here.
send us your questions. We'd love to, tap into this tiny living community and those who build tiny homes or container projects. If you've done this before, if you've got some advice to share or a story to share,
I'll take the advice.
We're here to learn. We're learning as we go, but we've definitely YouTubed and researched and talked to people who've done it before. So we'd love to be connected. We'd love to hear what you think about our color choices and our patterns and the things that we have picked out so far. It might not change our minds, but we'd love to hear what you think. So that's where we're at, and we'd love to hear from you all. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks. He's brought his tennis ball to me 3 times during this. So
The dogs want to play. They're ready for a walk.
The sun's going down.
Yeah,
You better get out
they're
there.
ready. Yeah. So tune in next. We'll probably video before then because we'll probably video and keep up with us on our pages. But we'll be back next Thursday to give you new updates. And we'll quick plug about our charity event that's coming up.
Oh yeah,
masquerade. Party
for your eyes only kind of.
Yes. We don't want to give too much away because we're in the planning process, but we're pretty pumped up about it. So stay tuned for more information on that. All right.
All right. Over now.
Love you guys. Have
See
a
you
good
later.
night.
All right, Chewy, get your walk.